Welcome to the newest edition of Dalescenter. I'm your host, Dale Tanhart, and this is the greatest motorsports betting program in the history of the universe. Welcome back, everybody. It's so good to see you guys and girls here once again. We're back at Bristol Dirt. Not a crazy packed weekend, but it is Easter weekend, so we have no IndyCar, we have no Xfinity, we have no Netflix Club racing going on, but we can suffice with Craftsman Truck Series action and some NASCAR Cup Series action, both under the lights. We'll see what the rain does. I don't know how big of a problem rain is going to be. It was annoying as shit last year, and we've seen in the spring Bristol race, whether it's been asphalt or dirt, advantage dirt in this situation because we've had rain, it seems like every year in the spring. We always have rain. Advantage dirt because you can race with raindrops. You can race while it's raining because it actually helps the racing, and it makes the surface a little more slick, and it makes it actually a little bit racier than it would if it was dry. So it definitely had a massive impact on how the race went last year, with guys leapfrogging, with getting track position when rain cautions were happening. It was a fucking shit show clusterfuck last year at Bristol Dirt, and it was a heartbreaker, as you guys have seen. Just in case you didn't, let's just go. Yeah, there you go. I didn't have a mic input on that scene, but that's okay. You see it. Chase had money on Kyle Busch at 16-1. I had the house on Tyler Reddick. I talked about him all week. And Chase Briscoe, who I love. I love Chase Briscoe. But, man, I hated him that night. I hated him. I hated him for doing what he did. And you know what's so crazy about that? Looking back now, that was Kyle Busch's last win with Joe Gibbs Racing. And we got to be in victory lane and get a dumbass picture with him. It's crazy. But I was very upset. I posted the reaction video, brought it back to the timeline a couple hours ago on Twitter. You should go check that out. And back-to-back weeks, like this Bristol Dirt race last year, trucks were great most of last year. But this Cup race, completely ruined my season. After this happened with Tyler Reddick, my Cup season on the betting side completely fell apart. It was the worst juju ever because the next week we went to Talladega and I watched Eric Jones also give up the win on the last lap, and I had him 60-1. It was heartbreaking, but look, we're over it. We've moved on. It's 2023. It's been a great start to the season on the NASCAR Cup Series betting side and on the Truck Series betting side. Xfinity, not so much. We're almost back to that point where we might call Xfinity not a Sportfinity again like we did in 2021. It's been hard on us. Most members in the Discord have not enjoyed it. We're getting close to calling it not a sport. It's really, really fucking tight when it comes to us classifying it as such in the coming weeks if we don't get a rebound. Luckily, we have a week to debrief, we have a week to recuperate, and then we're going to come back to Martinsville next week, and we're going to crush Xfinity. Luckily, we have this week-long break to help us out. It is a dumb picture and a great picture, okay? It's both. I am the bigger person for admitting that it is a great picture. Let me welcome you guys up in here. Troy, Will, Scott, Travis, K. Gavin, Herb, Brett, Cedar. Yes, good job, Cedar. Smash that like button. It goes a long way for us here at Garage Guys. I appreciate you all. Like, share, subscribe. You know the whole gist there. It helps us as a business. S. Brady, what's poppin'? Exit, Son of Smoke, Nick, Scott, Broccoli Wad Master, Robert, Andrew B. I appreciate that. The host of our call was calculated, but very, very lucky. We have to admit it. I mean, he would have got the top three, right? He was running third. He would have got the top five probably if they don't wreck. And top five, top three were big emphasized plays as well. So either way, would have been a good day, but we got lucky, and then it was an amazing day. And Carson Osvar actually just followed us on social media, which is cool too. We got to get him on the show soon. Thomas G, happy Easter. Good to see you. Kevin S, we're not betting on chess. We signed up for some chaos. Love that. Good to see you. Connor, good to see you. Miss Taco Todd and Sean S. Christian Dana, put state of Florida in prison for the gambling laws. Yeah, I feel you with Mississippi. Florida's even worse, though, because you had something, right? You had the Hard Rock deal coming together, and then it all got completely fucked. That sucks. I hate that for you guys. But I deal with some similar struggles in Mississippi. I just have to work harder to make my bets happen. Remember, at the very end, we're talking about trucks right now. Will, very good. Plus 18 units. That's what I'm talking about. We're talking about trucks. At the end of the program, exclusive betting card I'm dropping right here on Dalescenter, and you're not going to see it again until Saturday evening. I don't know if I'm going to add anything else. I don't think I will. I feel super confident about what I have. I think it's a moneymaker. So you're going to see that exclusively on Dalescenter here. If you take a screenshot and you send it in the Discord, I will ban the fuck out of you. We're going to be clear about that. All right? We're not taking screenshots. I need people to watch this program because it helps us as a business. I hope you can all understand that, right? We are monetized on YouTube now. We're trying to grow this program through the fucking roof, kind of similar to what we got on TikTok, what we got on Instagram. We need that on YouTube. Niche market, sports betting on the NASCAR side, very new, very fresh. We're trying to grow the audience bigger than anybody ever can and ever will, and it starts tonight. It starts on Dalescenter. So please do not screenshot this and send it to the Discord. Make them come here and watch it. All right, that's the whole plan in all this. So I appreciate you all. Trevor, good to see you. Andrew Richards. Oh, Craig. Hey, what's up, Craig? Good to see you as well. So let's get right into it. I did want to comment on all these penalties as we shift in before we get into the actual bets. I don't know. The whole appeal board, everything going on with Hendrick Motorsports, you got Chris Rice, Denny Hamlin. It's all piled in at once, and it is just a madhouse. The wheels are off the wagon. Let me know what you guys think about all the appeal stuff. I'll read your comments out because it's absolute chaos. It's absolute pandemonium. And now I saw somebody, I think it was Matt, post in our Discord, which there's a link to our Discord in the description below. You can join us, one of the largest growing NASCAR and sports betting communities in the universe. I saw somebody post a link that NASCAR has now updated the rule book. And it may not be real. I need someone to verify if it is real or not. But somebody posted a link that NASCAR has now changed the wording in the rule book where the appeal panel can release the details. And there was one other thing. But basically, it just seems like NASCAR is upset. And they're like, fuck this. We're going to do it our way. And we're going to make it more beneficial to us when these situations happen now going forward. Who it is not beneficial to is William Byron and Alex Bowman, who just got hit with another penalty, $75,000 fine, and what was it, 60 points? 60 points apiece after their cars went to R&D. Kyle Larson, Josh Berry, they finished first and second. Hendrick teammates, they don't go to R&D. No penalties coming their way. Now the interim crew chief of the 24 and the 48 are both suspended. Right as the regular crew chiefs, Rudy Fugle and who is Alex Bowman's crew chief now? I can't remember Bowman's crew chief's name, but now they come back as the interims are suspended. It's just a madhouse. Denny Hamlin doesn't get anything rescinded on his penalty. This is a disaster, guys. This is a disaster. It's not a good look for the sport. It's not a good look for the appeals panel. The one piece of credit I will give to NASCAR on this is it seems like they are consistent with saying, if you modified something, you're getting a penalty. If you modified something, we don't give a shit what the modification is, how much you modified. I'm not a mechanic, so I don't know all the details there. Ask Bozy on Twitter. But if you modify anything, you're getting your ass handed to you. So that's the one piece of credit I'll give NASCAR. That seems like they're consistent on if you do anything, we're giving a penalty. Now, the appeals panel has seen some of this differently, has come back, and I said on the Garage Guys NASCAR podcast, so weird that you rescind the points penalty for Hendrick and you keep the monetary penalty and the suspensions up. because you're splitting your highways up. You're going down one road setting a precedent that NASCAR was wrong, and Chad Knaus was right, saying it was a NASCAR single supplier issue problem, and then you're going down another highway saying, well, they still violated the book, so we're just gonna take that slap on the wrist and rewind it, or reduce how hard we slap the wrist. Really, really weird. I hate that I think we're seeing right now that having all these different people hop in, like 3 different people every single time, could be kind of problematic, because now your judgment becomes even more inconsistent. So I'm hoping Chris Rice and Matt Collig, when they go to the final appeal, I have no fucking clue how that works. I'll just be honest with you guys. I don't know how that works. Does it probably matter? No. Hopefully they win their appeal, or at least get the points back for Justin Haley, because they obviously got the worst out of all this. The penalty doesn't affect William Byron too much, because he's already got 2 wins in the bank. He's in the playoffs. So it really doesn't hurt him too bad. He's been really good. The cars are still going to be good regardless if they're cheating or not. I think that's what we learned after Phoenix or Vegas or one of those 2 races when the first penalty came down. And then Denny Hamlin is a big loser here, because he's in the middle of all this. Like, I don't even know what to believe anymore. And I'm with Denny. I don't know what to believe either, and I'm sure you guys don't either. Let's see. I'm reading you guys' comments now. Weird for a Hendrick Motorsports fan. Thought we probably deserved first penalty. This one seems forced. Bad look altogether. Yeah, this part is bad for NASCAR, because everybody's going to jump the gun and say, okay, this is NASCAR saying, fuck you, you crossed the line, or we didn't get it our way, so now we're gonna do it again. We're gonna stack on. Hopefully, and it sucks, because I am hoping that Hendrick did modify something so it doesn't make NASCAR less credible in this situation. Can't remove points, only deduct. It is real. Everybody's saying that Discord link is real. Moody said so. NASCAR, yeah, see, Kevin, same comment. NASCAR is going to be pissed after Hendrick slipped one past the goalie. That's a good way to put it. Well said. If you modify anything, you will face huge penalties unless you're Hendrick, and maybe that's where NASCAR's like upset. Like, they found in the first penalties, they did modify something, and they said, we're dropping the hammer. So I agree with that precedent. I actually do. My opinion's kind of changed on this since, it's Thursday? Since Tuesday. My opinion has changed on this, because it does seem like, who's the guy? Elton Sawyer. He's been very straight up on his appearances on SiriusXM, talking about, like, it's clear as day. Like, if you modify something, we're going to drop the hammer, because everything is so new still with this car. Like, we have a year under the belt, but now we're at the point where, now that everybody's kind of figured it out, now the creativity begins, right? Now the Chad Knauses and the Junior Johnsons come out and try to modify as much as they can until they get caught. And that's what's happening right now. So I think this is going to be a problem this year, and then it'll kind of, hopefully, it'll kind of fade away a little bit in 2024, and we get maybe some more consistency and transparency about what's been happening and how the appeal process actually goes with that panel. Bad optics, yes. Andrew says there is zero consistency in their penalties. Yeah, I mean, like, I think there's inconsistencies everywhere. But I do think NASCAR, like I said, I think there should be credit to them for being consistent and penalizing if they see any modifications. But then on the other side, which is what I thought to begin with, like, Chad Knaus definitely made it seem like, and was pretty enticing in saying that it's a single source supplier problem, and that he's got hundreds of these parts on his shelf that would be deemed illegal by NASCAR's rulebook that they're being flooded with, which is a horrible systemic issue. See, there's just so many layers to this. It is an ugly can of worms, but I had to comment on it. I think long term, it's not going to affect, this new one is not going to affect Byron. It's not going to affect Bowman. I don't even think Denny Hamlin's penalty is going to affect him that much. The big loser here is still Collig with Justin Haley. They're the team with their struggles early in the season with Haley and Allmendinger both. They cannot afford a penalty like this. So I'm hoping they win their appeal or at least get points back, at least get their points penalty reduced. How much impact does this have on the betting aspect? Maybe an angry Alex Bowman or an angry William Byron will come out and dominate this weekend, whether it's Cup or Trucks. I saw somebody say that in the chat. Angry Bowman wins. Angry Bowman wins this weekend. I do like Alex Bowman in Cup. I don't know how I feel about Benjamin Bill. Shout out. Benjamin Bill in the 401k Grand National Champions Club alone, again, because he won Stage 1 for us at Richmond last week, and that was a banger, and kept us afloat on Sunday, helped us have another positive Sunday in the Cup Series, and propelled us here into Dalescenter here on Thursday, where we can continue the momentum and continue the profitability on dirt. So I want to get some claps in the chat for Benjamin motherfucking Bill, ladies and gentlemen. Speaking of Benjamin Bill, let's get into some odds. The Craftsman Truck Series, Bristol Dirt. Ironically, the sponsor for once could not be more appropriate for a weekend because it is the Weather Guard truck race or whatever the fuck. Weather Guard Dirt truck race at Bristol. And I don't know what Weather Guard does. Maybe it's a windshield wiper or some shit, but we might need them on Saturday because I saw Bob Pocker's tweet. We were talking about earlier being concerned about the weather. I saw Bob Pocker's tweet. He can't imagine that they're going to, if the truck race gets postponed, he cannot imagine they're going to run it on Sunday early in the day because it's Easter Sunday, right? So that's an interesting dynamic here. If the rain is too bad, could be a problem. No doubt about it. But let's get into these odds. Always courtesy of Barstool Sportsbook. You've got a lot of Cup regulars here, plus more info about the rain. Who goes home if it rains? I've seen some chatter in the Discord. I've been a little too busy today to see and find the conclusive facts. Maybe Bob Pockers has tweeted if he has, or if you guys know about this situation, type it in the chat and let me know, because if it rains out the heat races that set the lineup for the truck race, there's going to be 5 guys going home. I know Norm Benning's going to be one of them, no question about it. I think there's some G2G trucks in this race. They're probably going home. But then you have Logano, you have Briscoe. I think William Byron's good because of owner points, but Logano, does he go home if it rains? Does Briscoe go home if it rains? I think the 22 might be good as well, which is what Chase Briscoe's driving. But looking at these odds flowing on the bottom of your screen, Joey Logano plus 500. Ben Rhodes also right there with them. I made some predictions in the Discord on where I thought we would see odds. I thought Ben Rhodes would be more undervalued than this. I'm actually pretty surprised. AKA all the spies in the Discord, I know you're in there. You sportsbook motherfuckers who are odds makers, line makers, I know you're in there listening. I know you heard me say the Ben Rhodes thing. Yeah, now good job. It worked, because now I don't want to bet on Ben Rhodes. Not 5-1. Can't do it. Chase Briscoe 7-1. You can find a better value over on DraftKings at 8-1. William Byron at 7-1. Surprising to me. I thought he would be the favorite in a KBM truck. As hot as he is right now in the Cup Series, don't care about the penalties. William Byron has been one of the best drivers in NASCAR in 2023 and probably has been number one. And it's not even close right now. Zane Smith at 9-1. Not a big dirt guy. Ty Majeski 10-1. Friesen 12-1. Husavar 13-1. Eckes 16-1. Corey Heim 20-1. And then you get down into some territory of a few interesting guys. I've seen some questions about Nick Sanchez 30-1. Super dominant at Texas. Has had a lot of speed this year. I just don't think you can bet him at a dirt track. Not yet. Not this early. Parker Kligerman 30-1. Go back right now, whether you're going to go to the Garage Guys NASCAR podcast on Apple, Spotify, whatever listening platform you have, or you can go right here on YouTube. Our interview with Parker Kligerman, he said it did not matter if it was dirt or asphalt. Parker Kligerman says he's going to win at Bristol this year. I don't know what it is about it, but Parker Kligerman's on the betting card, 30-1. This is the best line I've seen so far. I'm going to refresh FanDuel here and see if they ever posted truck odds, because they didn't have them up last night. Yes, they did. Let's see. Parker is still 30-1. Yep, 30-1 is the best price I've seen on anything, which, yes, alert. FanDuel does have truck odds up if anybody did not know that. I'll have to check them out and see what extra value they might be able to give us. But I am on Parker Kligerman. You'll see him on the betting card and maybe in top plays. He did, Trevor. He did promise a win. He did. So, interesting there. And then Jonathan Davenport. Of course, when you get these dirt ringers that come through here, you always are somewhat enticed to throw some money on them, especially when you look at the resume, and there's not many better than Jonathan Davenport, and that's why he's in this race, and he'll be racing in the Cup race. But for your first start, I'm not sure. I'm kind of on a stay away right now, and he could be an additional add depending on how the heats go. That's one guy I'm just going to keep my eye on once we get some track time. But right now, I'm probably going to stay away. A lot of other guys on this list. Tyler Carpenter, love that guy. Brings the electricity, brings the energy. If you don't know who Tyler Carpenter is, just search him on YouTube, and you'll find an electric interview from when he won some dirt challenge that Nice was offering. Basically a sweepstake. If you won this race, you were going to get to drive a NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race on a dirt track, and Tyler Carpenter won it, and now he's making, I think, his second start in the series. Going down this list, there's really nothing else that sticks out to me except for one guy, and his name is Caden Honeycutt. Caden Honeycutt, great dirt resume. He's young. I know he hasn't done anything yet, but that 04 truck, we've seen other drivers pilot it on wild card races to good finishes. I don't know what it is about that 04, man, but I feel like every other week on these wild card races, I'm always betting on it. But in this case, you do have a good dirt driver in Caden Honeycutt, an experienced dirt driver, worth a stab. I'm not going to go for the win, but I'm thinking about top 3, top 5 maybe. I think that could be worth a very, very small play. Caden Honeycutt is the biggest underdog I'm looking at in the Craftsman trucks. I keep wanting to say Camping World. I got to get that out of my mind because Craftsman is obviously a million times cooler. So we love Parker. Love that. Dick says, I have a feeling Trucks and Cup is going to run on Sunday. Great username, Dick. Great username. You're on the screen. Good job. Talking about Parker, 30-1 on Bovada for the Offshore Boys, plus 850 for a top 3, plus 875 for a top 3 on Barstool for the non-Offshore Boys. We got the parlays already. Parker Bowman parlay, 650-1. I actually don't hate that. That'd be something, right? Troy met Carpenter at Knoxville. That's awesome. He just seems like just an absolute American legend at the minimum. All right, let's move into some cup lines, guys. I got to fix this overlay here. This should be scrolling. I usually don't put cup qualifying odds on the board because of whatever. I usually have plenty on here, but because we only have 2 races this weekend, I did notice Caesars already had qualifying odds up. So we did put some odds for qualifying, and I kind of mentioned it in the Discord. We talked about it a little bit. Why is this not working? Streamlabs being Streamlabs. Just kidding. We're good. There we go. All right, now we're scrolling. All right, these odds are only on Caesar Sportsbook. You guys let me know if Bovada has posted. I don't know. I haven't checked Bovada. I've been all over the sportsbooks because I will have easy access this weekend because I'll be in Tennessee. Thank you, Tennessee, for helping me out, helping out the program, because I will be able to bet seamlessly, which doesn't happen super often. So I haven't checked Bovada. I have no plans on using it unless there's just an unreal discrepancy compared to the mainstream sports books. But these are all virtue of Caesar's Sportsbook. Only thing that I know of, only book that I know of that has qualifying odds. And if you're not familiar with how we set this format, I think it's crazy, but it's similar to how local dirt tracks and dirt events in general do their qualifying procedures, which is you get passing points, right? Everything's set by random draw. You get passing points, and it's a ladder of point per position, basically. And you get extra points for how many cars you pass in your heat. Last year, Cole Custer won the pole. Cole Custer won the pole here. He had to be a 100 to 1. Not a dirt guy, but because he qualified last in his heat because of a random draw and passed 6 guys, he passed more than anybody in any of the 4 or 5 heats that we had, thus rewarding him pole position. Crazy. So, when you think about qualifying strategy, there's one important thing you have to know. One important thing. Whenever Bob Pockrass, apparently they're going to draw tomorrow or tonight, and Bob's going to post it tomorrow, what the heat lineups are, you've got to have your notifications set to see those heat lineups. Because if you see, let's say you see Christopher Bell, and his heat is starting 8th out of 9, you got to hammer Christopher Bell for the pole. Because out of all these drivers, the guys that proved last year they could pass were primarily the dirt guys, right? Christopher Bell could pass. Kyle Larson could pass. Chase Briscoe could pass better than anybody. So I'm looking at 9 to 1 for Chase Briscoe, but it's all going to depend. Like, if Chase Briscoe draws P1 in his heat, I'm probably not going to bet on that because, yeah, he might win his heat, but all it takes is one guy to go from, like, Kyle Larson or Christopher Bell, or throw Austin Dillon in there, who's another good dirt racer, a guy that's won Eldora before. Takes some talent to win Eldora. If one of those guys gets an 8th place or a 9th place draw, my money's going on them. Because if they don't even have to win their heat to get the pole. And that's what last year showed us. And we saw some craziness. We saw guys spin out in the heats. We saw a decent amount of passing and some surprise winners. Justin Haley's another guy that's good on dirt. He is very active in the dirt racing community. If he gets a late draw, P9, he is 30 to 1 to win the pole. That's a good bet. That is a good bet. Jonathan Davenport at 60 to 1 could be a good bet. Who knows? He's in a Kala car. He's gonna have enough speed, I think. And this is one of those tracks where you don't have to have a lightning fast race car. You got to have a driver that can wheel it. You got to have a driver that can make a big difference. And I don't know what other surface you can make a bigger difference on than on a wet dirt surface. So, I mean, if Jonathan Davenport, if he draws a P7 through P9, probably going to sprinkle on him, 60 to 1. And then Todd Gilliland, 75 to 1 to win the pole. I hope everybody, and the circumstance kind of sucked because FanDuel dropped their top 3, top 10 odds at like midnight 2 nights ago. And I was awake because I'm always awake all the time. And I immediately hammered his top 10 odds, which was 14 to 1 on FanDuel, while DraftKings and Barstool had 3 to 1 and 2.5 to 1. Craziness. Todd Gilliland has been good on dirt in the Truck Series. He's a dirt winner in the Truck Series, and he ran a decent race here last year and finished 17th. A P17 combined with good truck experience and a win is good enough for me to justify a 14 to 1 top 10. And shout out to everybody in the Discord who was able to grab that with me. If you follow me on Action Network, if you have your notifications on, you would have been notified that I bet on that, and then you could have hammered it immediately and got it with me. Now that 14 to 1 is gone forever because we did a good job burning it down. So Todd Gilliland, 75 to 1 to win the pole. And let's just say we don't have a guy that flies through the field and goes from 9th to 2nd or 9th to 3rd. If Todd Gilliland draws a P2 or a P1 starting spot, I'm betting on Todd Gilliland because you never know if he wins his heat, which, by the way, what is the tiebreaker? Let's say the tiebreaker, now my brain's going through a fucking pretzel like Cal Naughton and Talladega Nights, but let's say that 3 guys start P1 and they all win their heat, and there's not enough passing points made up to jump them in the qualifying order. What is the tiebreaker set on those 3 guys on who wins the pole? Does anybody know that? That's something that is important because what if it's by last weekend's finish? What if it's by a point, your current standing in the points? I have no idea. Has anybody asked Bob that on Twitter? It's a very important thing. Basically, to sum all this up, you've got to keep an eye on Twitter to find out what the heat lineups are because they're going to dictate where my money's going. No question about it. This is a very different week. It's a very different format. It's pretty cool that we do have a book that wasn't scared to put qualifying odds up. Maybe Caesars has no idea this is what the format is. Could be good for us. I think you have a good chance to possibly bag on a big underdog to win this pole position. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Troy has J.J. Yaley top 10, 36-1. Yes, J.J. Yaley. Look, J.J. Yaley is an accomplished dirt racer, and people don't realize that. But I needed to see something from him last year, where like any sort of competitiveness last year, and he really didn't have it. So that makes me kind of stay away. Okay, so Chris says, I think it's which heat, A, B, or C. So if it's heat A, you're saying heat 1 would win the tiebreaker because it's heat 1 and not heat 2 or not heat 3, which sucks because that's randomness, right? But can be good when it comes to making underdog bets. So who knows? Chris asks, do you think Larson could possibly win back-to-back since he's great on dirt? Yes, absolutely. Me and Chase were actually talking about this off the record, or not off the record, but not while we were recording. I just hope we can get a better line for him. Maybe they mess up. Maybe they don't get a great start in qualifying, and they get relegated in the books because they don't have track position. I think Larson, there's a great chance he goes back-to-back. Steve, that is fastest qualifier. That's the same thing. Fastest qualifier, pole position, that's what you're looking at. That's the same exact thing. And like, yeah, it depends. Like, I think Barstool and Bovada list it as pole winner or qualifying bets or whatever. But yeah, it's the same thing. So pretty much pick one of the. Yes. Yeah, there you go. All right. Can anybody confirm that to me, what Chris Helms said? Does anybody know? Because that's important. That's a great call, S. Brady. So pretty much if we know the tiebreaker is Heat 1, then you might want to load up on two or three guys from Heat 1, and then, between Heats 2, 3, and 4, 1 to 2 guys. That's very interesting. But it's got to be someone that you think can pass, right? I just don't see guys like Chris Buescher and Kevin Harvick and Martin Truex, prison, Brad Keselowski, Michael McDowell, maybe Josh Berry. I don't see these guys being able to pass if they get in the back. Bubba Wallace is another guy that has been an accomplished dirt racer in the past, another Eldora winner. So he's 50-1 to win the pole. Maybe keep an eye on him as well. But yeah, it's going to be chaos, guys. It's going to be chaos. I said in the Discord, I could see the books completely stripping the odds off the board. I could totally see it happening. Kurt, your mullet gets me going. I appreciate that, brother. They call this the Mississippi mud flap, and I really didn't mean that to happen. I was watching what was it, Cool Hand Luke or Roadhouse a few weeks ago or like a month ago, and I was like, man, I want to be Patrick Swayze. I want to be a wannabe Patrick Swayze. That's what I want to be. So I switched it up a little bit, and I think I like it. I like the change that we've done to the mullet. It was kind of a greased back look, like a push back. Now we got a little dirty with it, and appropriate timing for the fucking dirt race. All right, let's look at some cup lines real quick. Race lines, at least. Back to Barstool Sportsbook. I hope you guys take what I said, and thank you for the comments, because I feel like we're brainstorming on how to do the qualifying thing, and it really gets me excited. So hopefully we can take what you heard from here, what you see from everybody in the chat, and apply it to your strategy when it comes to cup qualifying betting. Andrew just said it. I feel like it could be a gold mine. I feel the exact same way. And I think it also will allow you to tread kind of lightly too, like not losing 5 to 7 units on this. If you lose, maximum 4.5 units, maybe. So I think there's good opportunity there. Because I think there's a good shot that a dirt ringer like Larson, Bell, Reddick, like they don't win the pole. I think there's a very good shot. Kurt says Hammer, Stewart, Friesen. Hey, we'll talk about some trucks later in the program. If you missed trucks, don't forget, everybody. Reminder, everybody in here, at the end of the episode, you will see my full comprehensive betting card with unit allocations for the Weather Guard truck dirt race. I keep forgetting what they call it. But exclusively here on Dalescenter. If you screenshot it and send it to the chat in Discord or post it on Twitter, you're a bitch, and I hate you. Please, do not do that. exclusively given here on Dalescenter, all my truck unit allocations. I feel super, super, super confident about what I got. But looking at these cup lines, courtesy of Barstool Sportsbook, we are looking at the Bristol Dirt Race. The Food City Bristol Dirt Race. Food City's been sponsoring this race for at least 20 years, right? I think they took over after, or it used to be, no, the Sharpie 500 was in the fall. Spring's always been Food City. Larson plus 550 to win. I'm kind of hoping I can get a 7-1 or an 8-1, depending on what happens in the heats. We shall see. Tyler Reddick. I love Red Dog, but man, I have such PTSD from betting him last year. It clouds my judgment, guys. It really does. Christopher Bell 6.5 to 1. That is the only outright I've logged so far. You can see the link to the Action Network where I post all or most of my NASCAR Cup Series plays. I got him at 8 to 1, and good job, everybody. We did a good job of burning that one down a little bit too. I don't think you're going to get better than 8 to 1 on C Bell. Chase Briscoe 9 to 1. He apparently opened at 12 to 1, which would have been an amazing price, but I couldn't grab it in time. Like I said, I have to work for it here in Mississippi to go get these bets in. It takes a little bit of time. So Chase Briscoe 9 to 1, still not bad value. I love him in the truck race, and he was the best driver in the race last year here. No one could pass better than Chase Briscoe. He overcame a flat tire, spinning, and just massacred the field. He perfected the slide job, use you up in the corner, and I could see the same thing happening this year. Kyle Busch, the defending winner, 12 to 1, has been good in the dirt race in both of his appearances. William Byron 13 to 1, not the biggest dirt guy. Joey Logano won the inaugural race. He's 14 to 1. I think you definitely got to consider him. Blaney 18 to 1. Alex Bowman 20 to 1. I know you can get him at 25 to 1 on it's either DraftKings or Caesars, maybe FanDuel. For some reason, it's kind of a gut feeling. Now, he has been good here. He ran good here or ran well here last year. I don't think he had a great 2021 race. But Alex Bowman, for some reason, I just got this gut feeling about him. I got this gut feeling about Alex Bowman. I'll get to you guys' questions in just a second once we go through these lines. Not big on Denny Hamlin at 20 to 1. Ricky Stenhouse, you can get better value elsewhere at 25 to 1, I think. Daniel Suarez at 20 to 1. Not a bad play considering how good he's been in both races here, 2021 and 2022. Obviously fading the fuck out of Truex. I know he won that truck race. It was a totally different racetrack than it is now. Don't bet on Truex. Bad move. Ross Chastain 22 to 1. I'm kind of on the fade mode with him as well. Brad Keselowski, Chris Buescher, not really looking at. Josh Berry, look, Hooters is on the car. I cannot wait to see the Night Owl in person. And if you're going to be in Bristol, I will be with Kyle Larson and Josh Berry at Hooters in Johnson City, Tennessee, 20 minutes away from the racetrack. They're going to be making appearances, and we're going to have a good day early on Saturday. First 100 people in line get a free appetizer, along with getting some autographs, getting some pictures with two of the best drivers in NASCAR right now, Kyle Larson and Josh Berry. And shout out to Josh for filling in once again for Chase Elliott while he recovers. We love you, Chase. We miss you. Always looking good. The cutout's looking awesome. I know you can see about half of his face, but kind of like it that way. It's kind of mysterious, you know. Kind of mysterious. You see only half the face. But hopefully we'll see Chase back soon. But we got to give our shout out to Josh Berry for helping out the Hooters gang and the Hendrick Motorsports gang during these tough times with Chase Elliott's injury. Austin Dillon, 50 to 1, man. I've got my eye on Austin Dillon, another guy that is an accomplished dirt racer. We talked about he's won Eldora before. He's got a decent dirt background. Ran well, considerably well here last year, just wasn't able to pass like a lot of the other guys like Briscoe. Kyle Busch and Logano seemed like they could pass pretty well. I'm keeping an eye on Austin Dillon, 50 to 1. Maybe you use some strategy, get some track position, get some clean air, and AD could bring it home. He always wins big races, and this, to me, is a big race. Because it's the one dirt race on the schedule, I think there's a little bit more satisfaction if you do win this race, and then it just kind of sucks for everybody else. So keep an eye on Austin Dillon. I like 50 to 1. I need to scan the books to see if I can get anything better than that on his outright value. And there's really nothing else that sticks out to me here. I was thinking about Justin Haley, 80 to 1, another guy that's a pretty good dirt racer. Maybe they get tricky with some track position. and get some clean air, and maybe Justin has a shot on it or a shot at it. We talked about him on the podcast, maybe some top 10, top 5 plays. I'm still thinking about it, still scanning everything to see if I want to ride with it or not. But top 15 here last year, so if he keeps it clean, Justin Haley could be – oh, and he's in the Tide car. We love the Tide car, right? Tide car looks good. So keep an eye out for Justin Haley. 80-1 could be worth it. Could be worth it. You're just going to have to follow me on social media and join the Discord to know if I'm going to be betting on Justin Haley this weekend. That's really all that sticks out to me. Wall of Dale draft is coming up, but my throat's kind of hurting a little bit. I've been talking a lot, way too much. So I'm going to play the newest edition of Chase for the Cup with no other than Garage Guy Chase. He's going to give you everything that he likes ahead of the Bristol Dirt Weekend. No, we got to start that over. Hold on. I'm going to have to fix it while we play it. All right, Chase for the Cup. It's going to be fucked up for a second, but it's okay.
What's up, heathens? Welcome to Dalescenter, Chase for the Cup, with me, Chase Holden, NASCAR Cup Series betting extraordinaire, here this week to give you...
All right, we're starting it over. I want you to see how good my graphic looks. One more time.
What's up, heathens? Welcome to Dalescenter, Chase for the Cup, with me, Chase Holden, NASCAR Cup Series betting extraordinaire, here this week to give you some of my favorite bets for the Food City Dirt Race at Bristol Motor Speedway. I'm going to get right into this and say this straight up. I'm not happy or proud of what happened at Richmond last week. Also, I don't care. I'm still up about 36 units, so life goes on. This weekend, I'm feeling pretty good. I don't have a ton of outrights yet, but I do have a shit ton of top 10s. We're going to talk about that. I'm sure Dale's already mentioned to you guys that qualifying is kind of weird this week. It's not going to be what we're used to. So on Saturday, after the heat races, I'll see what happens. But before I get into this, I want to say I have a really strong feeling that this is Kyle Larson's week. Am I betting on him right now? No. Do I hope that he does really bad in the heat races? Yes, so that we can get them longer odds. Same goes for Red Dog, a.k.a. Tyler Reddick. But let's go ahead and read from the Dale Notebook. Dale Book. I've got Dale Sr. back with me, behind me right now, and I'm just going to go ahead and give you the bets that I do have for this week so far. And also, as a reminder, justice for Justin and Denny. If you keep up with the NASCAR news cycle, you know what I'm talking about. So far on the card, we have Chase Briscoe plus 900. Okay, I like this. I think this is a great bet. He's driving a car this week that looks like it came from hell. That's a good sign. Is there dirt in hell? I don't know. But I do know that Chase Briscoe is a pretty damn good dirt racer, so we'll leave it at that. Also, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. plus 2,500. That's pretty absurd, but not really, because he's never really done that great in this race. Does that mean I'm going to stop betting on him to win it? No. I never gave up for Daytona. I won't give up for dirt. Moving on into the other bets that I have are top 10s. I'm a big top 10 boy this week, and let's go ahead and kick it off with odds shortest to longest. Alex Bowman plus 105. He's in a Hendrick car. It's pretty fast. It is dirt, though, but he's done some dirt racing. I think that this is a pretty good bet here, and it's the shortest odds that I'm taking for a top 10 this week that's in the plus category. I don't like minus odds, only plus odds. Next up, we have Josh Berry at plus 210. Chase, why are you doing this? We know he finished second at Richmond last week, but come on, really? Yes, really. He's racing in the Hooters car. I have to believe. I'm betting it for vibes. Tail it or don't. I don't care. Next one that we have, Austin Dillon plus 250. I've been hearing a lot of talk about Ty Dillon, his brother. You know, he does have longer odds for a top 10. He's in the Spire car. But what's more realistic here? Probably Austin. So I'm going to go in that direction. I'm going to take the shorter odds for this top 10, and we're going to ride it until the wheels fall off. After that, I've got Mr. Noah Gragson plus 2,000. FanDuel Sportsbook has been doing the most, and I love that. The Noah Gragson top 10 is probably a reality. It could very well be a reality. We don't know what's going to happen at this race. You don't know how many engines are going to blow up. You don't know how many wrecks there's going to be. So why not go ahead and just take a little dart throw at that one? And you want an even better dart throw? Check this out. Corey LaJoie plus 4,000 for a top 10. That's right. Corey's been doing a little bit better this year, and he's had 3 years to be running on dirt to kind of figure it out. I think this is an excellent long shot play for a guy that's really been on the come up in 2023. You don't have to put a ton on it, just a little bit, but it could reap some really high rewards. Lastly, the dirt specialist for a top 10, Jonathan Davenport. Chase, who is Jonathan Davenport? I don't really know. But I've listened to a lot of my friends that are in the dirt scene here locally in Louisiana and around the way, talking a lot of good things about Jonathan, saying that he's one of the top dirt racers in the country and that he's been in contact with Kyle Busch for a couple of months now, swapping some secrets, understanding things a little bit about this next-gen Cup car. I've got to go for it. I got him at plus 470. Those odds are a lot lower now. And the main reason why I'm rolling with this is because he's in a Colleague car. If he would be in any other type of car that probably doesn't have as much funding as it should, I would probably refrain from betting on this because I don't bet these kind of lines. But I want to believe in Colleague. I believe in justice for Justin. So I'm going to believe in Colleague, and I'm going to believe in Jonathan Davenport. Those are my bets. This has been NASCAR Chase for the Cup on Dalescenter. Thank you for watching. Go win some money.
All right, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is Chase for the Cup with Garage Guy Chase. I hope you enjoy the graphics. I'm very fucking proud of those graphics. I love incorporating all the old video games. It's pretty nice, right? Helped me get my voice back a little bit. As you see the Tan Heart Triple Crown below, I'm going to block it out and remind you guys about our good friends at Hooters. Do not forget, and you won't forget because it's going to look so damn good. Dalescenter is presented by our good friends at Hooters, and you will see the Night Owl on track for the first time this weekend with Josh Berry behind the wheel, and it looks awesome. Most people have loved the paint scheme from the renders. Some people are like, not crazy about the blue, whatever. Night Owl's back. It's got an electric twist to it. In person, it looks... I mean, the pictures and the renders just do not do good enough justice for how good this race car looks. I'm telling you guys, you're going to love it if you're there in person. Even on TV, I think it will also look good. But in person, it's going to look amazing under the lights. And right now, you can go to your local Hooters and use promo code Garage Guys to save $10 on any $30 plus delivery or carry-out order. And why did I just draw a blank? I had another note I was going to say, but all you got to do is type promo code Garage Guys on the app or order.hooters.com. When you check out, there'll be a little box that says code, type Garage Guys, and it will save you $10 on any $30 plus order, delivery, or carry out. Promo code Garage Guys. We're always trying to hook you guys up. And Hooters is for racing. Racing is for Hooters. And we're all one big happy family here with the Garage Fam. And I cannot wait to spend some time at the Johnson City Hooters this weekend, just outside of Bristol, Tennessee. I'm going to be hanging out with Josh Berry and Kyle Larson on Saturday. Going to be doing some visits with some fans. They're going to be signing autographs, taking pictures. It's going to be a super fun day. And the Night Owl will be out there. It'll be the first time you'll get to see it in person at Hooters Saturday morning at 11 a.m. So it's going to be an awesome weekend in Bristol, Tennessee. Let me get this off the screen now. Here's the Tan Heart Triple Crown. I teased it in the Twitter, in the caption or whatever. We're doing a quadruple legger, ladies and gentlemen. A quadruple leg parlay. You know, I was making the Tan Heart Triple Crown. I was like, you know what? It's not juicy enough, man. It's not enticing enough. So I added one more leg. If this loses because of the leg I added, remember, the last leg that I added to this was Logano over Rhodes. That's the last leg I added. If it loses because of that leg, we're going to be upset. But it's a matchup parlay. $100 will win you about $900 if you took this parlay. I'm leaning towards more Discord Trevor style for this weekend. I want to get a little more psycho with it, and I can't wait to see what you guys have for the Dalescenter Community Parlay. You guys go ahead, just start laying them out there. It could be a 3-legger, it could be a 4-legger. Include the Masters if you want. The Masters is awesome. Big weekend for golf, obviously. I know, is Victor Hovland leading right now? Or is he tied with Brooks Koepka or John Rahm? I can't remember. But big weekend for golf. You can use it in your parlays. You can use whatever you want to go with the 2 NASCAR races this weekend at Bristol Motor Speedway. I want to see them. We still have not hit a community parlay this week. We did hit the Tan Heart Triple Crown at COTA for the first time in 2023. I need a community play that actually wins, ladies and gentlemen. We are on week 7. No community parlay has hit yet. None. We need winners, guys. Lay them out there. I need them. Hammer me some parlays as you see this one across the bottom of your screen via Caesar Sportsbook. Logano over Rhodes in the truck race. Chase Purdy over Tyler Ankrum in the truck race. Daniel Suarez over Martin Truex in the cup race. And Alex Bowman over Ross Chastain in the cup race. A $100 bet on this parlay would win you $918 courtesy of Caesar Sportsbook. So you guys, let's see them. I need to see some parlays right this second, right now. Got to see them. Got to hit them. Can't wait to be in Tennessee. I can be stress-free on how I do all my bets. And it's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. So give me some parlays. I don't see any. Guys, where's the energy? Where's the fucking parlays? I know it's kind of stale because we don't have a third race. You're going to have to get creative. Hell, if you want to give me a 2-legger, I'll take a 2-legger. I saw Troy earlier. Gave Kligerman Bowman 670 to 1. That's fine. That's fine. Eggs that I hit 2 good ones last week. Wish I would have bet more. Damn, yeah. Kevin, Garage Guy's got a shout out on the Rubbin' is Racing today, the Barstool podcast. Hell yeah, dude. I got to go watch it. Usually Large will send me a message and show me where they shouted us out if they do. So that's cool. That's cool. Thanks for sharing that, by the way. We love those guys. While you guys are sending parlays, I want to go back and answer a few things that you guys said, or a few questions you guys had. Talking about Truex, yeah, Truex was good here in 2021. He won the truck race, and he was good in the cup race until he wrecked. But it was a totally different racetrack than what we had last year. And with rain in the area, I feel like it's going to be more similar to last year. Now that they've learned what to do, it's going to be more similar to last year than it is 2021. Which is a more classic dirt track. 2021, you could literally just drive it straight on the bottom and not be fishtailing at all, and you were fast. That's how Joey Logano won. That's how Truex was good, and that's how Truex won the truck race. Go back and watch that race and show me how sideways Truex got at like any point in that truck race. He was, just straight the whole way around. It was really hard to pass in 2021 compared to 2022. Let me go back and look at these questions right here. Thoughts on Deegan top 10? Good dirt racer, Haley Deegan. Could be worth it if we get chaos. But actually, what am I thinking? Trucks don't have top 10s, Nick. I've never seen any book place or give us top 10 odds for the Craftsman Truck Series. So if you're new to all this, there's some advice for you. Travis says, concern for the truck Briscoe is in. No, not at all. Briscoe is going to bring some heat with them into that truck. We've seen Briscoe do fine in the 04 truck. We've seen guys come to Eldora in random-ass trucks like Bobby Pierce and do fine. Brett Moffitt was in that 22 truck at Iowa last year at Knoxville. Should have won that race, or at least finish in the top 3 because He took off and got a fucking restart penalty, and it was complete horse shit. Shout out to everybody who remembers that. It was a nightmare because I had him at 50-1, and it was one of the most mad moments I've had in betting, honestly. Very, very angry. So, no, I'm not concerned about the truck. Like I said earlier, this is like a time where the driver can make the biggest difference of all. As Brady says, Priest top 5 season. I don't see it this weekend, not with Ryan Priest. Justin Haley, 80-1. How do we feel? Christian, I like it. I like it. Put a sprinkle on it. I've been thinking about it since Tuesday, and I've day by day I've leaned more and more towards that 80-1, just putting a little bit on it. So we shall see. Kevin says, I already sprinkled on Truex already. Cy remembered how great he looked in 2021 before he wrecked. Yep, talked about that. Look, I mean, 22-1, 20-1. If you like it, take it. But he just continues to burn me. I just don't think I can do it, and I think there's just too much talent on in the dirt scene for him to overcome. AD plus 250 for a top 10, not bad. Will. Chris Helms says, okay, last year the tiebreaker for qualifying was owner points. Oh, shit, okay. That changes our strategy if that is the case. Let's see, I'm going to skip through here. Yeah, Legacy Motor Club. I bet Noah. I think the top 10 at 20-1 could be worth it. That's pretty crazy to get that. Even 14-1 could be worth it. If you get a race, it's chaotic. A Legacy Motor Club race car has finished in the top 10 in both Bristol dirt races dating back to 2021. So consider that. Sorry. All right. I tried to answer all these questions, guys. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate you all. And here are the parlays. Oh, dear God. All right, here we go. Son of Smoke, Kligerman top 5, Suarez over Truex, Adesanya money line. I forgot about UFC. That's a big event. Oh, I like that one. Nick, where can you make the parlays other than DraftKings? Caesars lets you, and FanDuel will also let you, but I'm not sure about matchups for FanDuel, which it doesn't matter because Xfinity and Trucks usually never drop matchups anyway. Right now, Caesars and DraftKings are the best two. You can make parlays on BetMGM. You usually can make parlays on Barstool Sportsbook, but for some reason, I can't make one this week. Honeycutt top 5, Austin Dillon top Chevy. Holy shit, $100 wins 65 grand. Man, that's a crazy one. I like it. Jasper, Majeski over Zane, Red Dog top 3, Roy top 10 in the Masters, $100 wins 1,200 via DraftKings. I like that one. Zane has told me before when I asked him that he's kind of, which he's gotten better and better, obviously. He's not the biggest dirt guy. He has had some top 10s, but never been like a winning guy. Ty Majeski, I feel like, is right there with him, so that's kind of a head-to-head toss-up for me when you look at Majeski versus Zane. Red Dog's already scarred me, so I can't do Red Dog. All right, Scott, Broccoli Wide Master himself. Kligerman top 5, Gilliland to win Group C over Gibbs, Davenport, Priest, McDowell, Ty Dillon. Love that group bet. Kligerman top 5. Dude, that's a good one. Holy shit. That is a good two-leg parlay. Okay, Scott might have won it. We'll see. We'll come back to it. K. Gavin has Briscoe double plus 84-1. That's a good one too, man. I like the Briscoe double. It could happen. We've seen some sweeps at Bristol. We're due for another one. Troy has 83 top 10, Kligerman top 5 plus 1385. I like that. Trucks, Logano top 3, Cup, Bowman top 5. Man, that one that Scott gave is pretty damn good. Kligerman top 5, Briscoe top 4, $100 wins 1,100. Jasper, Caesar two-legger, Bell top 5, Kligerman top 5 plus 850. Love that. Sean has Kligerman top 3, Bush top 5, 27-1. Not too bad. Briscoe double 84-1. Like, regardless of what we go with, Briscoe double 84-1 is pretty nice. PK win, Bowman win, or Bowman top Chevy 207-1. Man, there's just the truck race. I love it, Trevor. You know I love it. I just can't do Parker Kligerman in a parlay at least to win. K. Gavin, Briscoe Cup win, Honeycutt top 5. I'm not going to put Honeycutt top 5, but I love the ambition. Briscoe top 5, Bowman, KFB, or Reddick to win Cup, plus 638 on Caesars. Wait, is that a special? Are you parlaying Briscoe top 5 with a Caesars, like one of their specials, one of their boosts or whatever? Alex Wright has Tiger to make the cut. Adesanya Pereira under 4.5 rounds. Number 50 plus winning car number in trucks. Bowman top 5, 20, basically 20 to 1. Ooh, wow, that's interesting. I saw that 50 to 1 winning car number, but I think there's such a good chance that Briscoe wins, it could completely ruin that bet. So for the life of me, I just can't do it. Kligerman win, Gragson top 10, 233 to 1. Damn. Woo. Troy, I haven't checked golf. I haven't tried anything with the Masters trying to make parlays. But usually I feel like I wouldn't. Friesen won a NASCAR dirt race in Canada. Might sprinkle a bit. Yeah, Friesen's a good dirt racer. He just never meets his expectation on these tracks, man. I don't. He won Eldora in 2019. Other than that, just everybody's like Friesen, like the best dirt racer ever, and then he just kind of flops. Kligerman top 5 and Bowman top 5, 14 to 1 on Caesars. That's a good one. Ooh, man. Yeah, Gilliland plus 420 in that Group C bet is nice, man. I wish it was like 4 guys instead of 5, though. That's the one thing. Briscoe double. All right, has anybody, and this could be a state thing for me, has anybody been able to parlay Cup and trucks? Like, can anybody go parlay the Briscoe double on Barstool Sportsbook? I'm just curious. Who did we ride with last week? Did we ride with Brett last week on the Tanhart Triple Crown? Or not the Triple Crown, but the Dalescenter parlay? Dalescenter Community Parlay? Was it you, Brett? I can't remember. Because I do like Kligerman and Bowman top 5 a lot. The only thing, Scott, I just feel like I got enough on Todd Gilliland, right? I'm in there on that top 10. It's like, do I want to double down on Todd Gilliland? I don't think so. That's my one issue. I know you can understand. Okay, we rode with Brett at Coda. Fuck, who did we ride with last week? Bovado, the Briscoe double is 71 to 1 for all the offshore homies. Barry, all right, here's another one from Jasper. Barry Group over Busher, Kez, Harvick. Hocevar over Eckes, Justin Thomas top 10, 27 to 1. I said Hooters Juju. I do not blame Chase for betting on the Hooters car just because it's Hooters. I'm cool with that. Because he did it at Bristol. He bet like top 5 and top 3, and Chase Elliott finished second, so it worked. Briscoe double, man. What if we go Briscoe? I don't want to make that the community parlay. I might bet it, but I don't want to make it the community parlay. I want it to be something a little more realistic. Kligerman top 5, Bowman top 5, Alex Pereira money line 32 to 1. Hard to bet against Adesanya. I know he lost. Who did Adesanya lost to somebody? Oh, he lost to Pereira, didn't he? Didn't he lose to Pereira? This is a rematch. I watch UFC. I'm just not well versed in it. I gotta pick something. I got to pick something here, ladies and gentlemen. Chris, I see you. Taylor Gray, top 5. Bowman, top 5. Caesars has a special parlay. Briscoe top 3. Larson top 3 in Cup. Plus 620. Not enough for me. I need something a little spicier. Let's go with Jasper. I'm going to ride with Jasper. I don't know if I can get it back up here. Jasper, type out again. Bell top 5, Kligerman top 5 on Caesars. That's what I'm going to do. I love that one. That one just screams lock to me. It just screams lock. You know, nothing else screams lock to me except for that one. Yeah, that's right, Alex. I do remember that. Adesanya beat him in kickboxing twice. Yeah, I'm going to go with I'm going to go with Jasper. Kligerman top 5, Christopher Bell top 5. I love that. If it's 8.5 to 1, love that parlay. Let's do it. Let me look on my computer. I can't bet it right here, obviously, but let's see. Verify it. A Bell top 5. Plus 850 for that seems crazy. And a Kligerman. Actually, no, because Kligerman's like 3.5 to 1, so that makes sense. Bell top 5. I can't believe Kligerman's 3.5 to 1 for top 5. I'm getting 8 to 1. I'm getting 8 to 1 on that parlay. Still, that's fine. Still fine. 8 to 1. All right, Jasper, we're riding with you, buddy. Riding with Jasper. The Dalescenter Community Parlay for the final time. Christopher Bell, top 5 in the Cup race. Parker Kligerman, top 5 in the truck race. If you guys see a book that gives us anything better, because Barstool won't give top 5s on trucks, so that sucks. DraftKings hasn't been doing it either, so Caesars, I think it's our only option. So that's what we're going to ride with, ladies and gentlemen. Ride with Jasper this weekend for the Dalescenter Community Parlay. Let's move on. Dalescenter top plays. Right after this, you will get my truck card, but we're going to roll through these somewhat quickly. I've talked about most of these on the show. The one thing I really haven't talked about yet is matchups, and you'll see the matchups. Last week, we went 4 for 5 in Dalescenter top plays. That might only be the third time that's ever happened, because top play number 5 was Carson Osavar, top 5, top 3 to win, crushed it. We had Hocevar over Infinger as another top play. We had Ty Gibbs over, no, what did we have last week? It wasn't Gibbs over Cindric. We had another cup matchup. Can't remember what it was. We went 4 for 5, though. I know that. The only play we lost last week was the number 1 play, which was Sammy Smith over Chandler Smith, which lost on like lap 35 because of their genius pitch strategy, taking a set of tires with them all the way back to Charlotte. So that was real smart. Anyway, we got a lot of good momentum here heading into Dalescenter top plays. Trevor, yes, I'm ready to see the 14-legger in the Discord. Can't wait for that. Let's start top play number 5 in the Truck Series. Parker Kligerman, right on cue. We continue with it from the parlay into the straight bets. Top 5 plus 350, I think, is awesome. Awesome for a guy that's been really good here in both years at the dirt race. He feels really confident about Bristol for some reason, whether it's dirt or asphalt. Doesn't matter. Give me Parker Kligerman top 5, and then give me top 3 as well at plus 875. I think that's a crazy line, especially when you look at Caesars. His top 3 line is plus 700. On Bovada and Barstool, you're looking at plus 850 for your offshore guys, and then plus 875 on Barstool Sportsbook. Yep, all day. Give me that. I will take a stab at it. While I love all the Cup guys, there's a pretty good chance that at least one of those guys, Briscoe, Byron, or Logano, is going to have a problem and not finish in the top 5. We had a lot of Cup regulars here last year, and I think none of them finished better than P6. So you got to consider that when you think about this race too. I think one of the Cup guys is going to win, but I think they're not all three just going to finish 1 through 3. You're going to see some issues happen. You're going to see some aggression, take over, guys wreck, guys spin out, lose their track position. It's going to happen. So give me someone like Parker Kligerman, who's due for a good run. Give me a top 5 and give me a top 3. If he hits the top 5, you profit based off my unit allocations. Like, if he hits the top 5, he doesn't get the top 3, you will net positive on Parker Kligerman bets this weekend. Oh, man, my sinuses just hit. Next one. Joey Logano over Ben Rhodes. Yes, Ben Rhodes has been amazing here in both years. It didn't matter what track surface. Rhodes has been great. But if you're telling me that Ben is going to beat one of the best drivers in the Cup Series right now 2 years in a row, I'm going to take my chances with the Cup guy. You see what I mean? Like, it's going to be tough to beat Joey Logano, the Cup Series champ, who's won on dirt before, just like Ben Rhodes has. But to beat him 2 years in a row head-to-head, after now you give Joey a year to understand the truck on this kind of track, you give him a year under his belt, he comes back with some actual experience, tangible knowledge, he knows what to do now. Give me Joey Logano minus 125. I haven't seen this line anywhere else, or a better line anywhere else. If you see one, guys, let me know. But I can't go against Joey here. This, to me, is just a system play. Like, you cannot go against a Cup guy to lose to a truck guy 2 years in a row. Scott, there it is. There it is. Hold on. Logano is minus 110 over Rhodes on DK. Are you serious? Are you serious? Don't bet it yet. Please wait till I get to Tennessee tomorrow. Please don't bet it yet. Don't bet it yet. I'm not going to be able to bet it until tomorrow. Because now I want to bet it. Like, big time. I haven't put it on the card yet. It was a late ad, and it immediately stuck out to me. I told you guys earlier, it was a late ad to the parlay. I never noticed it for some reason. Now it's on DK at minus 110. They're giving you the same value. I love Ben Rhodes. He 100% does look like Murph for Impractical Jokers. Absolutely. But I'm going to take the percentages here that a Cup guy is not going to lose to a truck guy 2 years in a row. So it's a percentage play. You know what I mean? Yes, you know what I mean. Don't even question it. Number 3, going to stick with matchups here. Give me Alex Bowman over Ross Chastain. If you go back and watch this race in 2022, Chastain struggled. The only time he was up front was when him and teammate Daniel Suarez used pit strategy to stay out and take the lead. Chastain got passed. He wasn't great, and he blew an engine too. So I still think, based on how that race went, Alex Bowman would have beat him last year head-to-head, even if he hadn't blown an engine. So I like Alex Bowman here. We're already talking about Bowman, being high on Bowman as a potential outright, potential top 5. I'll take this matchup. I think minus 140 is as far as I'd go with it, though. And I don't think the books are going to give you anything more expensive than minus 140. So give me minus 140. I love this head-to-head matchup. It's like a no hesitation play for me. Alex Bowman over Ross Chastain. Next play, kind of a combination play here. I kind of mentioned it earlier. All 3 of these guys are going to be on the card. And it's not a or, it is an and. Okay, it is an and. You want Logano, Byron, and Briscoe. Bet on all 3 of them to win the truck race on Saturday night. And I think you're going to win. I think you're going to cash. Oh, this is bothering me. Hold on one second. Why is that messed up? Why is that spacing messed up, people? There we go. Yep. Give me the Cup guys. Same kind of deal with the trends. You didn't have Cup guys have a lot of success here last year. I just don't think that happens 2 years in a row. Now that you have Joey Logano get something under his belt, you have William Byron, who's the hottest driver in NASCAR right now, and then Chase Briscoe, who's a dirt god and can race anything on dirt and be competitive. You put those 3 guys in the race, and you're going to give me these lines, courtesy of different sports books. You can get, I didn't put the book here, but you can get Logano 5-1 on Barstool or DraftKings. You can get Briscoe 9-1 on DraftKings, and you can get William Byron 7-1 just about everywhere. So love this. I think you can't go wrong. Same kind of deal with the number 5 play, if you bet on all 3 of these guys, I think you'll profit on your outright plays. I want to check DraftKings one more time and see. I don't think we moved it when we put this in. Briscoe 8-1 on DraftKings now. 8-1 on FanDuel. If you can find 9-1, 100% worth it on trucks. No question about it. But yes, I will also bet this. I would also bet this at 8-1 on trucks as well. So I love that. I'd bet Briscoe down to 7-1 with Willie B. I think that's totally fair. And real quick, I'm going to check one thing. Actually, no, I'm wrong. I did get Briscoe at 8-1. It was never 9-1 for trucks. I was kind of thinking, I was like, wait a second. I don't think I got 9-1. I think I did get 8-1. My intern just made a typo. Going to have to fire another one. If you're OG Garage fan, you know we fired a lot of interns over the years. So, yeah, there you go. Regardless, 8-1, good line. 7-1 if he falls, still a good line. I'm not worried about the truck. Cover your ass here. You get all 3 Cup guys at all good prices. Yes, all fucking day. Number 1 play. I mentioned it in the Discord, and yes, I think the first guy that guessed it was it K. Gavin? Somebody guessed it, and I didn't say it. I didn't say anything, but you did guess it. The max play this weekend is this one right here. It's Daniel Suarez over Martin Truex Jr. I get it. Truex was good here in 2021. Totally different racetrack. Struggled here bad last year. Daniel Suarez has proven that he was good in the Gen 6 and the Gen 7 here on Bristol Dirt. Give me Daniel Suarez all day over Martin Truex Jr. FanDuel sneakily threw some matchups at us and gave us a little bit better value than what you'll see on Caesars. Give me Daniel Suarez minus 112 over Martin Truex Jr. versus minus 120 over on Caesars. So I love that bet. It's going to be hammer time. You'll see it here on the Action Network soon once we log off of Dalescenter. And now this is, I think, what everybody, for the most part, has been waiting for. This is my full comprehensive truck card. Remember, we're adding Rhodes, or adding Logano over Rhodes as well to this truck card. It's not on here yet, but just keep that in mind. Listen to me. You will see Caesars. Oh, yeah, okay, Will. I just saw your comment. I saw the alert emoji. Plus 900 for Briscoe. Yeah, that's Cup. We're good. Yep, K. Gavin, it was you. I knew somebody had found it. And guessed it correctly. But I wanted to wait till Dalescenter to let you guys know. That is the max play for me this weekend. And you can find a link to the Action Network where you see most of my Cup plays in the description below here on this YouTube channel. Please, guys, do not forget, drop a like, drop a subscription, share. It goes a long way for the Garage Guys fam. If you've enjoyed what you've seen tonight or any of our driver interviews with William Byron, Chris Hacker, Sheldon Creed, Chase Elliott, all the drivers we have interviewed, and we've got some good plans coming up too, with some more driver interviews and some super fucking exciting announcements too. I can't wait to share with you guys. But if you like what you've seen over here on the Garage Guys NASCAR podcast YouTube channel, drop a like on the program, subscribe, and share. Do it for your boy, for the mullet, for Chase's mustache. Do it for the whole fam. Oh, shit, dude. I totally did forget about the Wall of Dale. I wasn't going to do much, though. Yeah, thank you for reminding me, Will. Damn it. I got carried away. That happens a lot with Garage Guys. We get carried away. That's part of the fun, though. That is part of the fun. All right. No more bad energy. If you can see, I've got half of John Hunter Nemechek in the Dead to Dale with Brandon Jones, Dead to Dale, totally deserved. Austin Cindric, permanently Dead to Dale. David Starr, 401k theft champion for Homestead Miami in 2021. You guys all know that. And my mic's always in the way of Mr. Prison himself, Martin Truex Jr. It's unbelievably amazing the ways him and his team get creative on how to lose, right? No one loves to lose more than Martin Truex Jr. When you bet on him, there's no one who loves to lose more than Martin Truex. It's insane. I talked about it. I'm considering putting James Small, his crew chief, up on the wall too. He might deserve it. Very frustrating for those guys, and frustrating for us and everybody who bet on Martin Truex last week. That was tough. That was very, very tough. Okay, let's start with 3 guys. We'll go 3 guys right off the bat here. All 3 dirt boys. I'm trying to find some thumbtacks. I'm so unorganized. And that's okay. Makes it more fun. Makes it more fun for everybody. I love that, Connor. Get a good chuckle. Oh. I'm old. I'm old as shit. All right. I haven't bet on him yet, but there's a good chance I will. We shall see whether it's qualifying or to win. Got to go with Kyle Larson. No question about it. Chase talked about him in Chase for the Cup. We're going to slide some good juju his way. Last time on Chase for the Cup that I went in a direction to help Chase, I slid some good energy towards Daniel Suarez, who I didn't even bet on. I can't remember what track it was. It was like 3 weeks ago. But I put Daniel Suarez on the wall just for Chase, and then Daniel Suarez hit the bet that Chase had. I think it was for a top 10. We're going to do the same thing for Kyle Larson because I know Chase is already betting on him. And, yeah, he's a dirt god. Slide some good juju to the way of Kyle Larson. We're also going to have a considerable amount of money throughout the weekend, probably on this guy right here. That is Chase Briscoe. He's got to be up here on the wall as well. Dirt God has several opportunities to win us some money. Got to go with Chase Briscoe. And other than the Bristol dirt race last year, Chase Briscoe has been really good to us on the betting side. Let's see here. I know I got some guys in here that I like. Not a dirt guy, but champion guy coming up. You guys should see my desk right now. My desk right now is something else. I'm going to be betting on him in the truck race for sure. We've already talked about it. Mr. Joseph L. Logano makes an appearance back on the good side. I've hated him this year because of all the times he's burned me in qualifying, winning the pole and making my top pick finish second. But Joey Logano is going to win the truck race. There's no question about it. Another guy I'm high on. He's the only outright I have laid down thus far. That is Christopher Bell, ladies and gentlemen. Another dirt kid. Been in the news for his comments on Ross Chastain and creating one of the greatest memes we've seen in NASCAR throughout 2023 and maybe in the last year. Give me C. Bell. It's going to be a good weekend. I cannot find Parker Kligerman's picture, but if I did, he would be up here. Just remember that. If I could find Parker Kligerman's picture, he would fucking be up here. But I cannot find his pick. And that is unfortunate. Because I really like Kligerman this week. And you guys already know that because we talked about him a bunch. Let's just make 2 more. We're going to make 2 more additions here. We've talked about this guy. There's going to be some money on him throughout the weekend. Probably mainly on the Cup race. Seems like a lot of guys have some money on this dude. He's a good dirt racer. Shown it in the past. I'm going to have money on him. That is Alex Bowman. Alex Bowman. Sneaky, sneaky play this week. Talk about a guy that could just sneak up and continue the Hendrick momentum that no one would expect. Alex Bowman. And last but certainly not least, we have to give our thanks to this dude for an unbelievably massive race last week at Texas. If we had just bet on this guy for all of his plays, we would have had like a 40-unit day. And that is Mr. Carson Hocevar. I need some claps in the chat for Carson Hocevar. He's in the conversation for Truck God because of his win at Texas. I'm also, you'll see him on the betting card. He'll be back on the betting card. But the kid, Carson Hocevar, I told you guys, get your fucking little sun hat things ready. Chase told me what they're called, but I can't remember. He wears them pretty well. Get them ready because it's going to be Carson Hocevar weekend in America. And God damn it, it sure was. Give me Hocevar to join Bill Byron in the 401k Series Grand National Champions. We appreciate him. We appreciate Carson Hocevar very, very much for his services at Texas last week. So there you go. There's the wall. Good vibes only. Remember Truex? Truex stays in prison. David Starr owes me about $17,000. That's fine. We like David. Forgiven for the most part. We have half of John Hunter Nemechek for losing to Chandler Smith last week. Got to give another shout out to Chandler for getting the first win. I just didn't expect it. I've been so wrong on him early in the season. He's a stud. We've got Brandon Jones, who's done a fucking terrible disservice to us all throughout 2023 on the betting side. He's like the fan favorite I get on Twitter to put in the dead to Dale slot. Well, there you go. He's there. And then, of course, Austin Cindric is always dead to Dale permanently. Oh, shit. Where's my... Here he is. No? Where is he, guys? Did I lose him? Oh, no. Where is he? You guys know who I'm looking for. Where did I put him? Oh, he's on the wall already. There you go. I just completely forgot I left him on there. But the Dalescenter Sports Guide of the Week once again goes to BJ McLeod. I think he's now like a 19-time Dalescenter Sports Guide of the Week. I need some claps for BJ, of course. Hardest working man in the garage and the best hair in the garage besides yours truly. So, yes, BJ McLeod once again is the Dalescenter Sports Guide of the Week. No surprise there. No surprise there. Get the claps. And to end the show, guys, I will lead you into what I promised at the beginning, what I promised in the Discord and on Twitter, an exclusive Truck Series betting card. It's going to be very simple. You're just going to see it all in text with my exact unit allocations. If you screenshot this and post it in the Discord, I will ban you. And you're a mean person, and I hate you temporarily if you do this. I want people to come here and watch the show. It helps us here on YouTube. It helps us here on Garage Guys. Do not be that guy. It is an exclusive betting card here on Dalescenter. Remember, Ben Rhodes is faded. Joey Logano over Ben Rhodes is the one thing you won't see on here that I am going to bet on, and I'll throw that in the Discord. I'll just add that in. But everything else is locked and loaded for Saturday night. Oh, I got to get my mic in here. Oh, shit. Hold on one second. I got to add one more thing. Let's just copy this. Boom. I added some new scenes, so that's why this is... All right. We good? Yes, we are good. All right, here you go. Dalescenter exclusive Craftsman Truck Series betting card. There you have it. I'm just going to let you guys look at it. Specific unit allocations. It tells you where to find every single bet that I placed. Lock them in. Lock them in. And let me know if you guys have any questions. I'm about to read the chat now. I've been betting Truex all damn year. The word prison keeps haunting me every Sunday afternoon. Christian, why can't I build a prop on Bovada? I don't know. Bovada's usually good about parlays. Troy, Stash and Mullet sounds like a future show on Fox, NBC NASCAR. Trevor, to the moon. Hey, Darian. What's up, dude? I got to race with Darian the other night in a grueling Coke 600, whatever it was. We raced at Charlotte and in our Cup Series night in America. It was tough. I was very sweaty. I finished 17th out of 40, so that was decent for me because I've never raced Gen 7 at Charlotte. Don't know how Darian turned out, but we qualified next to each other. Clap, clap, clap. Yes. Sports God, yeah. Did not see him on the wall. I almost went full panic mode, guys. That could have been bad. Oh shit, I just realized I gotta add the music too. There we go. Music's on there now. So yeah, there you go. Joey Logano 5-1. William Byron 7-1. Chase Briscoe 8-1. And yes, I am gonna bet on Carson Hocevar 15-1 because when they used strategy last year to take the lead, no one could pass him except for Ben Rhodes. Track position, when you are the leader, whether it's Cup or Trucks, you are so fucking hard to pass, man. So hard to pass. If we see a similar race, I expect a similar outcome in that regard, that the leader is going to be tough to pass at the end. It's going to take a bold move to try to make it happen. Now that Carson Hocevar's got the monkey off of his back, he's got the win he's been waiting on, watch out. We could see just complete dominance out of this kid for the rest of 2023. And it wouldn't surprise me if he went back-to-back, but they're going to have to use some strategy to win it. But if you want some confidence based off of just speed, Carson Hocevar had a rocket ship at Knoxville. Do you guys remember how fucking far ahead of everybody he was early in that race? And then what, he blew an engine? Blew an engine in stage 2? Carson Hocevar was, I mean, he was going to be impossible to beat at the Knoxville dirt race last year in the Truck Series. Go back and watch that race and you'll see what I'm talking about. But aside from that, I think with all these Cup guys, Carson's going to need to use some strategy to make it happen. And it could happen. It could. Definitely could. I like what they usually do at Nice. They do something different than the leaders if they don't have a competitive car that can win, or a competitive truck that could win, I should say. Don't be surprised if it's more of the same with Hocevar this week. And then, yeah, you got to throw Parker Kligerman in there. Radiating confidence about this place in the offseason. So I got Parker top 3 and top 5. And then Caden Honeycutt, I mentioned earlier, a guy that's a young, accomplished dirt racer, and same kind of deal. Maybe they use track position or strategy to gain track position and could fight for a top 5 spot if we see some chaos. Worth the sprinkle. It's not going to hurt you if it doesn't hit. So I think I went a little bold on the 25 on the top 5, but I feel so good about my other picks. I love this card. We're going to add the Logano over Rhodes matchup, and this card's going to be awesome this weekend. That's what I think. That's my opinion. And that's it. There you go. There's your Dalescenter exclusive Truck Night in America betting card for Bristol Dirt. Obviously, the graphic is very simple. Very simple. You see my green screen hanging down. I'm probably about to put it back up because I think since I have been unsuspended from iRacing, I'm going to run some public lobbies and stream it live on TikTok later tonight. So that's why the green screen's up. I just drape it right back over when the program's over. Well, there you go. That's it. I think we're gonna call it a night. Once again, a great show, guys. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to Chase. It's gonna be a fun weekend. If you're in Bristol, please come say hey to us. We're gonna be all around the area. Come say hey to us at Hooters. It's gonna be a really fun Saturday leading into Truck Night in America. And don't forget the qualifying strategy we talked about. If you need to know it, rewind it about 45 minutes, maybe an hour. Maybe an hour 15. Early in the show, we talked qualifying strategy and what that was going to look like. Keep your Twitter notifications on for Bob Pockrass is the most important thing. So, thanks, everybody. It's been a great show once again. We've had a good, profitable season so far, and let's continue that into Bristol Dirt this weekend. I hope to see you guys there, and I hope you guys have an awesome weekend and win some motherfucking money. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Dalescenter, and I appreciate you all. Everybody have an awesome weekend. I love you.